When life feels too heavy and the mind gets too loud, there's an easy technique to come back to the center. And that's what I'm going to share with you right now. Hello my love, it's Rachel here, and I thought that it would be very useful to come here today with a practical video. I'm going to share with you my extremely easy and simple technique to come back to the center when we are going through periods of, well, overwhelming periods, right? And I think it's very, very, very nice to do that now because we are going through holiday season. That can be overwhelming for many of us because we are in the year 9, so tons of endings, tons of transitions. And because in life in general, we face situations, we face moments in life when we are really overwhelmed. Isn't that true? Especially as women. So today I would like to share with you about this subject. I'm going to share my technique, an easy one, and I'm going to close with a message from Kuan Yin because she's beautiful for this kind of moments. Okay, I'm going to tell you, I would suggest you to save this video so you can find it easily when you're going through an overwhelming moment in your life, and you can for sure engage in this simple and easy practice, right? So how did I develop this practice? It was 10 years ago when my mom passed away. I was in Canada, she was in Brazil, and everything since the beginning was overwhelming. I had to fly there. It was like January 3rd, so all the ice, the flights, they were delaying the flights. And then when I got there, I found lots of things that I needed to sort out. So you guys know, bureaucracy, problems, issues, challenges, all kinds of things that I had to sort out. So I went there thinking that I would stay there like, I don't know, 15 days, 1 month. I ended up staying there for 4 months and always stressed, right? It was nice. Of course, it was wonderful. I was with my family, my friends, but very stressful. And even in the middle of the process, my lawyer called me, my lawyer in Canada, she called me, she said, okay, you got married in November. Then 2 months later, you go away and you stay for months. That doesn't look good. That's not good. You have to come back. Because I think I said, in the middle of my immigration process. And then I said, I just can't. I have so much to do here now. Then she said, say no more. I have her back. She's an amazing human being, an amazing soul. And then one specific day I was there rushing and doing things, because that's the thing about overwhelming moments. We feel overwhelmed because we are not really saving some time to just be, to just feel. We are doing. So we are totally disconnected from our feminine energy, from our feminine wisdom actually. We are worried about things that happen, how I'm going to sort out those things that went wrong, or how I'm going to make sure that things that are going to happen in the future, how can I make them right now, right? And then we end up feeling overwhelmed. So in several moments in our life, we are going to feel overwhelmed because we feel that we are alone. Or sometimes we really are alone, but there's always help, especially the light. We forget to ask help, to ask light for help. And then we believe that we have to do everything by ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. That's a way to protect ourselves as well. And then we overload ourselves. And at that moment, I had people helping, I had everything, but emotionally and even doing things, I was overloading myself and not giving me time to breathe and to realign. Because that's the thing. Sometimes we have lots to do, but we need that time of decompression, the time to come back to the essence, the time to realign with the light more often. So if you're going through an overwhelming period of time, you have to do that more often, my dear. It is a daily practice, and sometimes you have to do it more than once a day. So at one moment I was there in the living room, one of my relatives' house, and we were going out to sort out things, but I was, you know, when your soul just leaves the body and you are there floating, and you look at yourself and you see how disconnected you are. So at that specific moment, I was super disconnected. And then I said, oh, just a second, please. Just a second, I'll need to go to another room and have a moment for myself. And that's what I did. I went there, I sit. And now we are going to start the technique, what I want you to do when you are going through an overwhelming situation, okay? I sit, or better saying, you're going to sit and place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. You are going to witness your breath, but you're not going to force it. Doesn't matter if it's short, it doesn't matter. You're just going to witness. And then you're going to tell yourself, everything is fine. You are safe. I am here with you. Everything's fine. You are safe. You are completely safe. I am here with you. And slowly, you're going to feel your nervous system coming back to track. You can move a little bit. Feel your body. Feel the clothes touching your body. Place your feet on the floor and come back to the present moment. What is real now? And tell yourself some things that are real now. Because when we are overwhelmed, our mind creates some narratives, some ideas that they scare us. So stop scaring yourself and think, what is real right now? What is going to happen if I stop now and ask myself? This is the question. What do you need now? And listen, because your soul is going to tell you. And when I make this kind of movement, when I go through this process, sometimes it is the inner child. But when I talk about the inner child here, I'm not talking about us when you are children, a child. No. I'm talking about that part of ourselves that is, that was, and that will always be soft, tender, vulnerable. And that sometimes we keep scaring this part of us. So just listen to this part. What does she or he needs now? And do whatever they need. It's going to be something about the way you think about yourself, about the situation. It's going to be about the way you are approaching things. It's not going to ask you to stop doing everything. It's not about that. Because intention is everything. So you will probably have to do the things that you have to do because you committed to that, because you have some responsibilities, but the approach must be a little bit more tender, with more kindness, self-consciousness. And stop terrorizing yourself. The world's not going to end. Believe me, the world is not going to end. Then after that, what I'm going to share with you now, this step, if you have time to do it right away after this technique, you do it. If you don't have time, you can do later in the day. When I did it back then, this first time, I did this step now back later in the day. Excuse me, because I didn't have the moment there to do it. I didn't have time at that moment. Now, you're going to your journal and you are going to ask, how can I support myself now? That's the question that we are going to make and you're going to answer this question. How can I support myself now? You know, what kind of thoughts, what kind of emotions can I cultivate in this moment to support myself through this overwhelming period of time? And then you're going to draw one tarot card if you have a tarot deck. One tarot card or one oracle card. So if you have an oracle card, especially one deck that is more loving, supportive, compassionate. But you can draw one tarot card, just one card. It's not one tarot and oracle, no, you choose one. Strength. And you're going to journal about what this card is trying to tell you right now. Maybe she's talking to us or to me or to you about stop trying to push so hard. Stop trying to do things all the time. And just let the flow happen. Let things flow a little bit more. Trust the process a little bit more. Trust the light a little bit more. This card talks a little bit about how we handle this animal side of us as well, right? So the side of us that is afraid, because think about it, back then we were afraid that a lion would just come after us and eat us, our ancestors. That's not happening now. So the lion now comes in different forms. A task, a challenge. Look at this challenge as this task, as what they really are. Look, it's not that scary, right? And then I'm going to draw one card from the Kuan Yin Oracle Pocket Edition, guys. Kuan Yin is so beautiful to work with when we are going through an overwhelming period of time. Let's ask her a message now for our overwhelmed friends, souls, beloved ones. So with the future golden, it says something good is coming our way. Kuan Yin now assists you to wave your future into the present moment, to call in and draw to you the opportunities, teachings, circumstances, and synchronicities that are waiting for you, and which will enable your soul to live its divine destiny with greater abundance, bliss, and creative fulfillment. So for me, it is a message reminding us that everything on earth serves just one purpose. The purpose to shape and expand our vessels so that we can be the perfect vessel that we already are in the essence for the light. So we can overflow this light in the world. And we can make our presence to be the presence of the light. So everything we do, or almost everything we do, because we are humans, the way we navigate life, we're not just living, we're not just fighting, but we are using everything to be a vessel and a channel for the light, so that we can touch the situations and we can touch these people that are going through situations as well, that are crossing our path. We can bring a little bit of light to their lives as well. So we're not just surviving. We are living, we are receiving, we are sharing, we are fulfilling our destiny as the essence, as the soul that we are. Right, my dear? I hope this video is helpful for you. I'm sending you all the love in the world and reminding you, you are safe. You are more than enough, and you deserve to have your moment for yourself. Support yourself, doesn't matter what. Okay? Thank you so much for being here, my beautiful soul. We'll see you in the next video. Lots of love.